There are three faces on my screen today. Two of them are always here. We've got a special guest. Lex has joined us all the way from -27 in Canada. You don't look
Yes.
very wrapped up warm, I've got to be honest with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
No problem. Yeah, I mean, look, we can dive straight into it because there is a very good
Yeah,
reason to have you here. There seems to be a fairly resurgent Juventus.
it
Rich
does.
and I, as Inter fans, have had to bite the bullet a little bit and address the fact that Juventus might be creeping into a Scudetto race of some
Well, it's
sort.
scary, isn't it? With all fairness, with Juventus, I think given the maximum respect is that when you start to see that sort of freight train gathering, for us, it's sort of fears of the Allegri era, and you think, oh, here we go again, and we'll sit back for a bit. But no, in all seriousness, what are your thoughts on Juve?
Oh man, we're back. I think we're back. I mean, I don't want to say it prematurely. This is some excitement that I haven't felt in a long time, as you mentioned, since that super dominant era. And I just think finally, finally landing a proper managerial decision with Spalletti. And from there, I'm just really excited to see what comes of this project. I think Scudetto race, like I always lean on the hopeful side, just tend to be more romantic in my thinking. I was like, hey, maybe there's like a little bit of a chance there. I think we dropped some points the last couple games that probably shouldn't have in the league, like the Cagliari match, for example. And I think that you have to win those games if you're in a Scudetto race. Like, look at what Inter's doing right now. They're winning those types of matches. They're winning the games that they have to win, essentially, right? And that's what gets you the title. So I do think it's still heavily leaning towards an Inter victory this year, unfortunately. Sorry. But I do think that Juve's got a little bit of magic. I think it would take quite a bit of luck for them to actually make a push, but we're there. Be warned. We're coming up.
There's a very big game in a few weeks, isn't there, where we'll all be butting
Yes,
heads
there
a little bit
is.
on that one. Yeah, so that might give us the biggest steer because you mentioned about the games that Inter are winning. The ones they're not winning are these matches, which I would probably flip the coin and say these are the ones you really have to win to secure a Scudetto. I'm not overly confident, if I'm honest with you.
I think when you look at Inter, I think we've talked about this before. Like you say, Lex, Inter are doing the job in the teams they should be. It's been fairly consistent in that way. And the team has probably got the most depth out of all the teams in Serie A. But this season, I think if you're going to throw anything at Mr. Kivu, got to be careful what I say here, that you've got a situation where we haven't beaten the big teams, have we? At some points, there have been some. Even when you look at the Champions League, you can arguably say, Dortmund should we be beating them? I hate to say it, but probably. But then the Arsenal game wasn't great. The derby, the you can go through. So yeah, it's a little bit of a worry. So there's still a few big games to go. So it's I still think there's nothing definite yet, especially with which I know we'll talk about later, but with Napoli sort of nicely exiting at this stage for Mr. Conte to have a
It's
look at
not
the
really what
situation.
we wanted, was it? Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No, I mean, look, I've got the table here in front of me. Inter top on 52, Juve fifth. Do you know, I thought they were higher actually on 42. So it's not an insurmountable gap. There's 16 games left to play, 10 points. It would take some spectacular collapse from some of the teams above, wouldn't it? But I mean, Napoli seem to be self-imploding. Roma, who knows what Roma show up from one week to the next. Milan seem to be the only ones doing anything fairly steadily, don't they?
They do, but I don't really see it. I don't see it for them having a push. I don't think they're gonna really challenge Inter much. I think they'll be there at the end just because, like we've said, one game a week and just having that advantage. But I don't see them actually making it happen this year. Just in terms of when I watch them play, I'm just like, how are they doing what they're doing? Like, they're on like another long unbeaten
They're
streak. I'm like, how is this
incredibly dull
happening?
games, aren't they? Like, they really are poor watches.
It's a hard watch. With Juve, just going back, obviously everyone's going to talk about Yildiz and Spalletti. Spalletti's brilliant because he is either going to give you a massive spark and give you exactly what you're getting, or there's always that danger as well that he's going to implode as well, because that's the joy of Spalletti in every single element of him. Would you say that with one thing I've been impressed with, and we always talk about goalkeepers non-stop, but Di Gregorio in goal and obviously having the Perrin to fill in, no one's talking about that. And it's been such a huge hole to fill for Juve. I think that goes unnoticed. Do you think so, or you think that's still a spot that needs addressing?
No, I agree with you completely. I think I saw some stat, I'm not going to remember it correctly, but Di Gregorio had like pattern of clean sheets in the league. And as you mentioned, it's like totally flying under the radar. I think everybody's just so focused on this revolution in terms of how the outfield players are playing at Juve that we're kind of forgetting that we still have somebody in goal who's, like, preventing the other team from scoring and doing a great job of it. And as you mentioned, huge shoes for him to fill. Between Buffon and then Chesney, like, who was also fantastic. And I think Di Gregorio's done it seamlessly. There's like a couple moments, I think, at the very beginning of the season where he had a couple like blunders on some long shots, and some people in the fan base started to turn on him a little bit.
Never
But
takes long, does it? Yeah.
as fans do, you're only as good as your last game, right? But no, genuinely overall, he's been pretty fantastic for us. Yeah, that's a great shout.
Yeah, so Juve conceded 17 goals, which with Milan is the third best in the league this season.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and he's not getting the same shouts as like Magnan and stuff.
Yeah, and Sevilla as well. Yeah, so I mean, Roma with 13 are the best. And Sevilla's been getting me some great Fantacalcio points this season, as has Kenan Yildiz. I went all out for him in the auction, and he's delivering so far. But there was one guy that scored past Inter in the derby, Segovia. We haven't seen a lot more of him since, have we?
No, we haven't. Spalletti came out in like a post-match presser and basically outwardly said publicly that he doesn't play both sides of the ball enough. So I think like his defensive work rate, and then just for the system that Juve plays, I think he likes to have somebody on the wing that's going to get back and help defend. Especially now we've changed it up a bit, but when we were three at the back too, he loves a guy like McKennie that's like up and down the pitch. Even Yildiz gets back and defends a lot as a winger. And I think Zagrova just not being super solid, but he offers you so much in the attack and with creativity and such. But I think he really has a big issue with that. And I think that's why we don't see him play more, because I don't know, I'm a big fan of his. I'd love to see him play more. I also really love Miretti in that role, on that he's kind of had him play a bit on that right side as well, sometimes in the 10. But yeah, I think Soletti really takes issue with that lack of defensive coverage from him.
Yeah, it's it's interesting because obviously, like we were saying before, a lot of these Juventus teams that have been successful are always built on that really solid foundation at the moment. But I think that's what's starting to worry me a bit too much about his Juve team, is that you are seeing, like you say, that defensive unity. It's not just the back line there. People are working for each other, and I think that's really important. And it's they're starting to build, and it might not be this season, because I do think, and I'm not saying it because I say with the Inter top on, the Inter will probably do it this season. I hope so. And I do think Napoli are going to be dangerous now.
Don't say out loud, Rich. Come on. Just curse the Milan Scudetto.
But no, next season, Juve, I think, is definitely going to be a much more interesting Scudetto campaign.
Where do you think the strength needs to come from then? So, I mean, we've got probably 2 days left of this window, but if we're talking about next season, is it just all-out number 9 up front is the problem?
I think so. Although, Jonathan David's still, I'm still holding on. Still holding on to it.
He's from your neck of the woods, isn't he?
Maybe it's the Canadian. But no, I think, another 9. Vlahovic should be on his way out. And then also think, midfield, particularly, holding midfielder role, without Locatelli. Locatelli was dropped for the Champions League match this past week. Juve couldn't progress the ball out of our own half without him. He's just everything. And I think when you're playing such a packed schedule, or if an injury were to happen or anything, I think in the midfield too would also be an area to explore. And then, of course, center back depth. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you touched on the European performance there. Segues us nicely into what we were next going to talk about, because we're done with the Champions League phase now. It was another fantastic advert. I really like the format. I know it's debated hotly in the UK. I don't know about in Canada, but I like it. I like that sort of the 98th minute goalkeeper scoring a goal still affects what's happening in the table. Out of the Italian teams, so there were obviously 4 of them in there, Inter, Juventus, Napoli and Atalanta. Who gets top marks and who really underperformed? I mean, there's an easy answer to who underperformed in there, isn't there?
Yeah, I think, elephant in the room, Napoli. Conte's Napoli would definitely be the underperformer there. Yeah, it's just, everyone's talking about it. Conte is just an enigma in Champions League. I don't understand, like what happens to his teams there. But Napoli had multiple opportunities playing against teams with 10 men or, easier competition. They had chances, right? I know they've had injuries right now. They have an injury crisis, but even earlier in the season, they just dropped points in the Champions League. I was like, I don't understand how.
Yeah, I mean, the
You
6-2
see,
against PSV is probably the standout one from their campaign, isn't it?
did,
Yeah.
did you
Probably
see?
1-1 at Copenhagen too.
Sorry to suggest the Gazette just made me laugh because Gazette this De Laurentiis with the best Neapolitan sort of outburst about them going out of the Champions League, and he says, "Right, that's it. We've obviously, Conte's going to listen. We're injuries are all over the place, etc., etc." And he goes, "That's excuses. Injuries. We're freezing the transfer market. No one's buying anybody." Okay, all right, fair enough. It just makes perfect sense. Yeah, that's fine. I'll punish you for having injuries by buying nobody. I'll teach you. But it's fantastic, that from De Laurentiis.
It's hilarious. Oh my God.
Injuries is always a funny one, isn't it? Because managers like to complain about injuries, but it surely starts on the training ground, injuries, and it starts with your prep for the players, isn't it? So I've
Yeah.
never got it when managers complain like that.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think like it's just something with Conte teams in general too. And then I don't know, it's almost like there's a short fuse. Like his teams burn out easily after having him because I don't know if it's just like so much all at
Yeah,
once that you
intense,
can see
yeah.
after by like second season stuff, then it's just too much for them. So maybe that's it too. Like you said, like what are they doing? How come all these guys are hurt?
Yeah. I mean, so Inter in the round of, not round of 16, sorry, the playoff, drawn with Bodo Glimt. I do fancy us to get through that, if I'm honest. I was frantically trying to find flights to Bodo earlier, but it doesn't look good. Because I've got that week off as well for the away leg, but it's over 500 and I've got to go via Oslo and it's 9 hours including connections.
So you sent me the thing today. I was just like, that's a long way.
It's probably not happening, Bodo away. No, I've not given up on it. There could be a Calcio blog live from the Arctic Circle, but we'll see.
That would be crazy. That'd be really cool.
I fancy us to get through that. Then I think we will face Man City in the next round, so Inter will be out in the round of 16. Juve have got Galatasaray. What do you think? I mean, you should be going through there.
I hope so. I really do hope so. I know, unfortunately, it is coming off of a tough run of matches. I believe it's like Lazio, Atalanta, Inter, then Galatasaray.
Yeah,
Or
I've got
maybe
your pictures there. Yeah, Atalanta, Juve,
Yeah.
Atalanta, Lazio, Inter, then Galatasaray. Yeah, and then straight
Yes.
into Como.
That is going to be a really rough patch, right? I mean, you're balancing the league with, and especially I think Juve still lacking squad depth to kind of play through all those competitions, and then you can't really like run everybody into the ground before those matches. But so hopefully it's managed well by Spalletti. But yeah, otherwise I think we should be going through.
And then what's the pathway after that? I've not looked at Juve's pathway after that.
I honestly hadn't even looked at the table either. I was curious. I was
No.
wondering the same thing.
Yeah,
I wasn't even sure who the next
probably should
next.
have done it as part of my. I've done all this research and I don't have that information. We should talk about Atalanta as well because they've gone through. They finished 15th. They've got who have they got? Dortmund. From what I saw of Inter's match with Dortmund, Atalanta should be fine.
Yeah, it weren't. I mean, Dortmund weren't fantastic, but Atalanta are funny at the moment. Sometimes I watch them and it's really difficult. I watch them sometimes. I think, wow, they're just so fantastic going forward, and they look like they've got so much. But sort of goalkeepers again, Kanisevski this season has been a phenomenal. And then it's sort of the more I realise that again, the more he's keeping him in some of these games at crucial times. And I just look, I just don't think they've got the capacity again. If you look back at some of the older teams, I always felt like, especially the Gasperini teams, that there was no standout names, and there's not really a huge load of standout names now. But that interchangeable element to them, they just could replay. You said about injuries, just interchange, no problems, very easy to do. But at the moment, I just feel they've not got enough. I think maybe another round after Dortmund, but going through after Dortmund, but I'm not sure after that.
I mean, they're sat in 7th at the minute. You probably think that they're better placed putting their energy into being back in Europe again next season.
Yeah, that's
I
a
think
good
so.
point.
Yeah,
That's what I would do.
You look at it and with Atalanta, I think you're right. That maintenance of Europe, it brings the money, it brings the expectation of, it doesn't have to be, that is a successful season for them. Not every season's, they're still flying exceptionally high for the wage budget and what they've got in comparison to what you call the Seven Sisters in that sense. So as long as they're breaking into that element to it, then yeah, it's successful.
Yeah, it looks like today as well, Lookman's going to be off to Fenerbahce, I read.
It looks like, yeah. I mean, when's the
Yeah.
deadline now?
It's Monday in the UK. I don't know about Italy because
Yeah, so it's, I
well,
think,
I
is it
get in
not?
the car to go to work and talk sports on, and all they ever talk about is the transfer window closing on Monday.
I did look at when I was plugging our paper review this morning. I think it must be today, tomorrow. The last transfers for the paper that Gazzetta put up. I wish I could have had it in front of me now. It for Italy is awful. You talk about the money into the Premier League. It's like Amrabat to Milan. That'll get you excited. And considering that was one of the better ones, it's so bad. I mean, the fact that Xerxes linked today from Gazzetta with Roma all the time, and today linked with Juve. So I'll throw that one at you. That was
I saw that one too. I was like, wow, okay. But no, it's been a weird transfer market. I think there'd been not really much happening, but then again, they always wait until the like final days
Yeah,
of it in general. But
get this sort of
Xerxes at
grandstanding at the end,
Juve.
don't we? Yeah. I mean, because I thought the other day I was reading that Mateta to Juve was all but a done deal, and then I read he's going to Milan now.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so far. So
That was crazy
well,
too.
about an hour ago, that was still they were saying it was done. They definitely going. So yeah, it's
They
crazy.
said he's not in the squad tomorrow. They got Nottingham Forest tomorrow. He's not in the squad.
Who
for
also
Palace.
put in a 35 million bid for him, and they've not even acknowledged it. Apparently, Palace. So
Yeah, that's very. I don't know him personally, but from what I know of Steve Parish, that sounds very familiar to him. While we are on the subject of transfers, there has been one huge transfer in Italy, and Lex, I know you've got a soft spot for this team as well as I, but Pescara have made an incredible transfer by bringing back one of the promotion team to Serie A. Lorenzo Insigne is back in Abruzzo. I mean, this can only be good news for them, right? I mean, they're 3 points adrift at the bottom, but will they be? They've got Mantova on Saturday, I believe. Saturday or Sunday.
it's sad, isn't it?
It can only be good things. I mean, he's got a fantastic goal record. I just got it in front of me here. 18 in 37 when he was last at Pescara. I was saying to Rich earlier, 1 in 5 for Italy, and Italy would kill for a striker with 1 in 5 record now. I mean, can he fire them back to safety, or is it too little too late, do you think?
Man, I think
It's a
there's
tough question.
opportunity there. I think this is such a cool transfer. I know, like you mentioned, being a Pescara fan as well, like Pescara lover. It's just awesome, for the football romantic. And we love stories like that when players go back. And I think he was linked with some interesting clubs like Lazio. And so I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why would you go back and play for Lazio after all your time at Napoli and such? So I think it's just really cool that he made the decision to go to Pescara. And it's awesome. It's been a dream for Pescara and the fan base the last year,
Yeah, the
everything.
videos of him going through
It's
the
just
street in the car, and the fans are lining the street as he arrives at the stadium.
gotta get the band back together. We were saying it before. Get Perrin back, get Mobley back, Verratti
Yeah.
back, and please get Zeman back. 76-year-old Zeman. Give him some cigarettes. Let him go.
Well, Verratti's a part owner of the club, isn't he? So I fully expect to see him lacing his boots up at some point.
It'd be so
Is he
cool. I
retired now,
think
Verratti? Is he still going?
Verratti.
Verratti, is he still out somewhere, isn't he?
Was he not in the Middle East?
Yeah,
I thought
maybe.
he
Yeah.
was. Last I heard.
Yeah. There we go. Bring him back. Get him in.
I think anything can happen. Pescara's in last, unfortunately, as you mentioned, but they're not too far off. It's kind of close there at the bottom of the Serie B table. So hopefully, I believe his contract too is dependent on if they get promoted, or sorry, if they stay up. Like if they're saved, then he plays again for them. So it's a little motivation there, I guess.
You just
Or the opposite.
yeah.
Or the opposite. Yeah.
You just think of the fans, though. I mean, massive. I mean, I know for us, you're thinking, well, is he over the hill? Is he this? Is he this? But I mean, coming back and just having that to turn up and be able to pin your hopes on that, even if it's just from now till the end of the season, if he at least gives them hope, I mean, that memory will be amazing because he is an exciting player after all. I mean, how many times you watch him cut inside for Napoli, and the goals he scored were spectacular, and that team was brilliant as well. But great player.
Great player
You
for
like
sure.
to think as well, he's got enough skill and talent about him that most games in Serie B should be fine, shouldn't he?
Yeah, should be.
I hope so. I get a bit
Should be
worried
all right.
because
Yeah.
TFC was, his time at Toronto FC wasn't the greatest, as I'm sure you remember.
No,
but
yes, he was
we'll
over there,
see.
wasn't he? Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't too good.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we'll
fingers
see. He
crossed
had
for
a huge
Pescara.
wage bill and just didn't. Yeah, I don't know if he just didn't really care, wasn't into playing the MLS or what, but yeah,
I
fans
remember it
weren't
being a
too
strange
happy.
transfer when it first happened, when he went out there, yeah.
Yeah.
It sort of came from nowhere, didn't it? No, go on, yeah. I'm
I
curious
was
too.
just saying, was it injury or was it? Did he play and just didn't perform, or was he just not playing at all?
A bit of both, because he did also have a lot of time he was out with an injury as well, but a little bit of both. Yeah, fans just weren't happy. I don't follow TFC too closely, but I remember just hearing general like sentiment over here, being from here. It's just, yeah, people weren't too happy.
Well, I imagine if he's from southern Italy and he turned up and it was minus 27, he wouldn't be too pleased.
It's true.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, we're done 22 minutes, and before we start boring everyone, I want to finish with a little quiz for you both. I've got a list in front of me of the top 20 foreign scorers in Serie A history.
Top
So I would say
20.
there's some names on there that I was like, who the hell is that? So there's a couple from like the 40s. Rich, you reckon you have a good shout with them, don't you? But this is the quiz, right? So it's like a penalty shootout. You're going to get 1 go each. You got, I'll give you 5 goes each, and then whoever wins, and whoever loses. And we'll go to sudden death if you level after 5 each. So I toss a coin. Who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
Lex
one goes
first.
against the expert. Oh no.
No.
I mean, I could say there's like 3 still playing in there as well, by the way, so that should help.
Okay, so Dybala, does that count?
Yes, Dybala was in there.
Okay, I was gonna say, I know he's like Italian, but okay, good.
No, he counts. Yeah, 130 goals.
Zlatan,
yes, 156 goals.
He didn't make the
Ronaldo did
list?
not make the top 20.
Top 20, yeah.
Neither Ronaldo actually. Neither Cristiano nor R9.
Oh.
wow.
We'll call that an off the post one. Yeah.
So,
Batistita.
Yes, third on the list, 183 goals. Yeah.
oh, I gotta think now.
It's really weird when you say foreign players. Like, how many have been in Italy? As soon as you say it, you're like blank. It's
Yeah, I know.
like, what the hell? Okay.
Oh, top 20. I don't know about top 20. I'll try Higuain. I don't know if he's got enough.
Higuain, yes, he's in there, 125 goals.
Yes. Okay,
Back
good.
on level terms, 2-2. Lautaro is of course in there. Yeah, he is 123, tied with a French striker actually. Not to give the game away.
Ooh, that was a good one. I know foreign players in the Italian league. I'm like, why am I drawing a blank?
I know some of the names as well. When you read them, you're like, oh god, of course, yeah.
Man,
There is a Juve striker in there. Yeah,
another one.
yeah. I got to be honest. I think that's what's disappointing me the most about this, Lex, is that you're not getting the Juve one.
I got the Dybala and Higuain ones,
Yes.
but I'm missing the Juve one.
Yeah, tied with Lautaro on 123 goals.
Why can't I not think? I know.
It's like one of those stutter penalties. Taking your time on the pen.
No. Oh, I'm so bad at these games. Okay. I mean, I don't think Tevez. I don't know if he's got enough though.
No, Tevez not known.
I didn't think so. Played too short.
I'm going to be mean now. I'm going to have a guess at Trezeguet.
Go for it.
Go on.
Trezeguet.
David Trezeguet, yeah. He was the one.
I
told you,
knew
as soon as you hear it, you're going to be like, oh,
forgetting
God, of course.
someone. Man, oh, shoot. See? Yeah.
All right, there's one that's still playing. He's, I can't really give any more away because it will just give you the answer, but he's still in Serie A at the moment. A rich history in his 3rd Serie A club.
He's still playing? Oh, no, that's Italian. Immobile's Italian, not foreign.
It's really weird. If we'd have played the game, what Italian top 20s? Oh, I'd have thought of his foreign players.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
doing the same as you now, just in Italians.
Let me think.
Yeah. He's a former Inter striker, actually.
Man.
I think, is he Bosnian?
Wait, pardon?
I think he's from Bosnia. It's one of those countries down there. You're not really supposed to get them mixed up.
Dzeko?
Dzeko, yes.
There we go. Yeah, because he still is at Fiorentina, technically.
Yeah, just he's there somewhere.
Technically. Yeah. Okay, right. Dzeko, thank you. Thanks for the
you
hint.
can go 5 for Rich and secure the win.
Van Basten?
No, there's no Marco Van Basten.
I really thought Van Basten was. I was saving Van Basten.
Hey, look, there's a really, really top Milan striker in this list. And you just realised who it is. Come on, Lex. Get the equaliser.
Shevchenko?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
127 goals, yeah.
Crespo.
Crespo, yeah, 153 goals. Yeah, I think we're into sudden death now, yeah? I think we're like 4-4 after 5, aren't we?
I think so.
I know. So now we're getting to some names I don't know. I would just call it a draw. Let's say 4-4. You both did great.
All right, perfect.
Can I have a crack
Neither
at
of you got the
one?
top two.
Can I have a crack at I think way back when, I can't remember his second name. It's Omar Savioli or something, is it?
No, I've not been him. I've got Gunnar Nordal.
Gunnar Nordal. Milan.
Swedish striker, scored 200 times, 225 times for Milan. You could have had Edison Cavani.
Okay, I wouldn't have gone
Dries
there.
Mertens. Adrian Mutu was in there. Yeah. Icardi.
Pardon?
Icardi's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Well, as soon as you see the list, you're like, oh, God, yeah, of course, him, yeah.
Closer in there. Miroslav
Sorry?
Closer.
Not in there. No, Mutu's at the bottom of the top 20 with 103 goals.
I was going to say Mutu, I wouldn't have put in. But
No.
yeah, that's...
But hey, that was fun, right?
Yeah, I was going to have me, yeah. I'm going to do the quiz next time because otherwise it's just me on YouTube going.
I know. I'm so bad at these. I draw blanks on the spot. I'm like, I don't know.
As soon as the pressure's suddenly on, you're like, oh my God, I don't know anything about football anymore. And I'm like, what's going on? That happens to me all the time. Like, yeah. You both did great. And Lex, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your Friday afternoon.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
you
you
off
so much
to
for
work
having me.
now or football practice or something? Or
Yeah, for football practice tonight, actually. Indoors, thankfully.
yeah, well, I would hope so.
You'd
Yeah.
hope so.
Good. I'm going to watch EastEnders and then go to bed.
Excellent.
Thanks for joining us. And yeah, see you next time.
Ciao for
Thank
now.
you. Thanks, guys.